Carl Jung once hinted that the soul of a woman carries mysteries the world may never fully comprehend. Mysteries that are not written in books, not spoken out loud, and not easily seen. Yet when a woman embodies high spiritual power, the marks of it cannot be hidden. They are invisible to the eye, but undeniable to the soul. These marks are not about beauty, wealth, or charm. They are not achievements you can put on a resume. They are forces that shape her aura, the way she moves through life, the way the world reacts when she enters a room. And the truth is, most people don't understand them. Some are drawn to them like moths to flame, while others are unsettled, even frightened. But for those who can see, these marks reveal something extraordinary. Today we'll explore 5 unseen marks of women with high spiritual power, guided by the psychology of Carl Jung. Each mark is not just a trait, but a revelation, one that shows why such women live differently, why they feel more deeply, and why they often carry both blessing and burden. Stay with me until the end, because the final mark reveals why women of spiritual depth are almost always misunderstood, and why that misunderstanding is, paradoxically, proof of their power. Mark 1. The quiet presence that commands attention. Imagine a crowded room filled with noise, laughter, small talk, and chatter. Suddenly, a woman enters quietly, without announcement. She does not seek attention. She does not try to draw eyes. Yet somehow the atmosphere shifts. People glance at her. The energy changes, though no one can explain why. This is the first unseen mark, the aura of quiet presence. Carl Jung spoke of what he called the mana personality, the individual who carries within them a mysterious, almost magical energy that makes others feel they are in the presence of something greater than ordinary. It is not about appearance, it is not about behavior. It is about a subtle spiritual gravity, an unspoken authority. A spiritually powerful woman radiates stillness that is louder than words. Her silence unsettles some because silence is rare in a world addicted to noise. Others find it magnetic because in her presence, the masks and distractions of life momentarily fall away. This kind of presence cannot be faked. It cannot be rehearsed. It is not charm, which is external and performative. It is the residue of inner battles, won in solitude, of nights spent wrestling with shadows, of strength gathered not from applause, but from surviving storms no one else saw. People cannot always describe why they are drawn to her, but they feel it. They sense she carries something ancient, something timeless. That is the first unseen mark. But Jung would say, presence alone is not enough. Something deeper shapes it. Something born from suffering. Mark 2. The wound that becomes wisdom. Every woman with high spiritual power carries a wound. It is not a small wound, not the ordinary frustrations of life. It is a wound so deep that it forced her into a dialogue with her own soul. It might be the loss of love, the betrayal of trust, a childhood marked by pain, or the loneliness of never being understood. Carl Jung called this the wounded healer archetype. He observed that those who have suffered deeply often develop the capacity to guide, heal, or inspire others, not because they read about suffering in books, but because they lived it. For a spiritually powerful woman, the wound becomes the seed of her wisdom. It is not erased, but transformed. While others spend their lives hiding scars, she integrates hers. Her scars become her shield, her reminder of what she has overcome. And because of this, when she looks into someone else's pain, she does not flinch. She does not judge. She does not offer shallow comfort. Her eyes alone communicate. I have been there. And I survived. This is why people trust her, why they confide in her, why they feel safe even in their brokenness around her. She doesn't speak from theory. She speaks from fire. The wound became wisdom. The pain became power. And this is why her presence has weight. But there is another mark, one that explains why she can see what others miss. Mark 3. The intuition that sees beyond masks. Carl Jung spent his life exploring the unconscious, that vast ocean beneath the surface of human behavior, where motives, fears, and truths are hidden. A spiritually powerful woman is often deeply connected to this realm. Her intuition is not just a feeling, it is vision. It is perception sharpened by silence, by suffering, by sensitivity. She sees beyond appearances. She notices the trembling hand hidden behind the confident smile. She catches the flicker in the eyes that betrays a lie. She hears what is not spoken in conversations, sensing the tension between words. This intuition can feel unsettling to others. People sense she sees them more clearly than they see themselves. Masks crumble around her. Secrets feel heavier. Pretenses collapse. Some are drawn to her because of this. Longing for truth, others retreat, terrified of what she might reveal. But her intuition is not used to wound. It is not a weapon. It is a light, a mirror. She does not seek to expose in cruelty, but to reveal in order to heal. Jung once wrote, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." When you meet a woman with such intuition, you cannot leave unchanged. Whether you welcome it or resist it, you will feel transformed. But this gift of vision comes with a price, the need for solitude. Mark 4, the relationship with solitude. We live in a time when solitude feels like a punishment. People run from silence. They drown themselves in distractions, in screens, in noise. But a woman with high spiritual power is different. She embraces solitude not as emptiness, but as fullness. Carl Jung saw solitude not as isolation, but as the sacred chamber where the unconscious whispers truths. He believed that without solitude, one cannot hear the soul. For this woman, solitude is not something to fear. It is something to seek. It is her temple, her sanctuary, her forge. In solitude, she listens. In solitude, she heals. In solitude, she gathers strength. Picture her sitting alone in a cafe, not scrolling through her phone to escape discomfort, but staring thoughtfully into space, comfortable in her own company. That stillness is not loneliness. It is the sign of someone who has befriended herself. But this relationship with solitude often makes her misunderstood. People assume she is lonely, or strange, or unapproachable. They project their own fear of silence onto her. They cannot understand that her solitude is not a prison. It is a source of power. And yet, to embrace solitude means she has also embraced something most people avoid at all costs, the confrontation with darkness. Mark 5, the courage to face darkness. Carl Jung said, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." A spiritually powerful woman has walked through her own shadows. She has faced the inner demons that most people deny, repress, or bury. She has confronted the fear, the rage, the despair, and the chaos within herself. This confrontation is not glamorous. It is terrifying. To look at your own darkness and not run, that is the rarest form of courage. But she has done it, again and again. And because of this, she does not fear the darkness in others. When others are drowning in shame, she remains steady. When others are overwhelmed by grief, she does not collapse. She can sit with pain without needing to escape it. Her strength is not the denial of darkness, but the integration of it. She does not pretend to be pure, innocent, or untouchable. She knows that wholeness requires shadow. Light without shadow is illusion. True power is the ability to carry both. This is why she is resilient in ways that seem almost supernatural. Storms that would destroy others become her teachers. Chaos does not break her, It refines her. But here lies the final mark, the most painful of all. So what do these unseen marks reveal? They reveal that true power is not loud, not boastful, not obvious. It is quiet presence. It is wisdom born of wounds. It is intuition sharpened by silence. It is love of solitude, courage to face darkness, and the willingness to be misunderstood. If you recognize these in yourself, know this: they are not accidents. They are initiations, signs that you were chosen not for an easy path, but for a deeper one. And if you recognize them in another woman, honor her, because women of high spiritual power are rare. They are both fragile and unbreakable, both gentle and fierce, both human and more than human. Carl Jung wrote, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." For women with these unseen marks, becoming who they truly are is not a choice. It is destiny. So the question is not whether you carry these marks. The question is, will you accept them? Will you live them fully, even when misunderstood, even when alone, even when the weight feels unbearable? Because if you do, you will discover what Jung always hinted at, that the deepest power of the soul is not to escape suffering, but to transform it into light.